Everybody. So myself Indrashish Roy. So welcome to my class. Uh, Today we will see that what is there in Python, and we will try to cover some of the topics. So the topics I will try to cover is the our introduction, Python merits, then Python demerits, working in C Python distribution, working in Anaconda distribution, understanding first Python program, and recapitulation of the topic. So these are the things we will be covering today. Now before this, I want to tell you one thing, that is Python is an object oriented programming language and it is simple and easy to use, and this is how it looks like when we run Python. I will show you everything, that how it looks like. I will show you live. This is the picture I am showing you. Some of the merits of Pythons are there. So first of all, learn what are the merits here. It is easy to use object oriented language and is a high level language. Now some of the languages we call this one them as high level language, and some as low level languages. So low level languages implies that is directly related with machine level language, like C is very close to machine level language. So we can call this as C is also a high level language in fact, but in a way we can say that this is very close to machine level language. But as far as Python is concerned, Python is a very high level language. It is like Python, Java, this comes under the category of high level language. C++ is a high level language. Expressive language, capable of expressing the codes process. Whatever code you write, the codes are very easy and you can very easily read the codes, and you can write your own code there. Now here one more point is given here. The point is interpreted language executes code line by line. Now two different terms are there when you talk about any programming language, and two different terms are there. One is interpreted based language and another one is compiler based language. We will see the difference between interpreted based programming language and compiler based programming language in our next class, most probably, or in this class we will see that what is the difference. But keep in mind that Python is interpreted based programming language. Its completeness when installed, we get everything we need to do. So whatever you want you can do with Python. You can do, or you can write any type of program in Python. This is a complete language in itself, you can say. So these are the merits of Python. Another very important aspect of Python is it is cross-platform. What is the meaning of cross-platform? Cross-platform language can run on variety of platforms like Windows, Linux, Unix and Macintosh. Now some of the programming languages are there that is very specific about the platform. Like if you talk about Visual Basic, if you talk about C# or C#, then this type of languages can only be executed in Windows. So we cannot call them as Visual Basic as cross-platform language. Although some of the versions are there and Microsoft is claiming that this is also cross-platform, but as far as Python is concerned, Python is cross-platform language. That is, you can execute it on varieties of platforms. Now some other merits are also there, like it is free and open source. Free means you don't have to pay anything for using this particular programming language. If you want to use it, you can directly download it from the site and you can start using it. You don't have to pay anything for this. And the meaning of open source means the source code is available. You can use the source code, you can change the source code as per your requirement, and you can do. And for this you don't have to pay anything. Variety of usage or application, that is scripting, database application, etc. You can write scripts here, that is web-based scripts can be written. Database type programming can also be you can write, or application based programming language also you can, application based also you can write. So anything you can do with Python. So these are the things, or these are some of the advantages of Python. So I hope that you have understood this particular part. Now I'm directly coming to the prescribed syllabus by CBSE board. This is the syllabus we will be going through. Now the topics are given here. You can see the topics are given here, or you can directly download it from CBSE site. So the details you can read directly from there after downloading, but the things that I want to show you is the distribution of marks here. In fact, 3 different units are there in your syllabus. The first one is computer system and organization, then computational thinking and programming, and society, law and ethics. Total marks is 70. Now you can see here that the marks distribution is given here, that the first unit will carry 10 marks, the second unit will carry 45 marks, that is computational thinking and programming 1. If you talk about this particular part, this particular part is carrying 45 marks. You can see here that this is carrying 45 marks. Then this is one theoretical portion, that is society, law and ethics. This will carry 15 marks. So overall it is 70 marks. So 70 marks theory. This is a compulsory paper. You have to learn Python, and in higher classes also you will be learning this type of language. So this is a very important programming language. So this unit 2 will be covering the entire Python process. Just keep it in mind. Now these are the things we will be covering here. That is the memory units, then Boolean logic, then number systems, then encoding schemes, then concepts of compiler and interpreter. So today only we will see that what is compiler and what is interpreter, or in our next class we can discuss about compiler and interpreter. Then operating system, needs of operating system, these are the things we will be discussing. The concept of cloud computing and cloud server. Now this is the programming part. So in programming, this is actually the Python part, and here you will be learning the syntax and the codes and how to write programs related with Python. So it starts from this particular portion. As you can see that this is the portion, and the portion ends here. So this is of 45 marks. So this total marks will carry 45. This is actually will carry 45 marks. Keep in mind. So these are also included. These are also included. So these are the topics that is covered here. Now if you see, so whatever I have highlighted, this particular portion is related with Python. So what I will do, I will directly get into Python first. I have introduced it with Python. So we will see the Python, and these are the topics we will be covering later. But before going into this Python portion, I would also like to show you some other thing, that is the practical part that is included. Your practical lab test, that is these are the things that is recommended by CBSE. The total marks is of 30 marks practical examination will be there. Lab test will be of 12 marks, and this 12 marks, your 12 marks will be given on the basis of 60% on logic, 20% on documentation, and 20% on code quality. Now throughout the session we will be giving you some of the programs. You will be completing the program, that is we will be giving you some assignment, and those assignments you will be completing and writing it in your report file. And in that report file minimum 20 programs should be there. And this report file plus Viva will give you 10 marks in fact. So report file, you have to write 20 programs, and this 20 programs will carry 3 marks, and whatever 20 programs you have written from that particular part, we will be asking some of the questions, that is Viva, so as to check whether you have completed the program by yourself or not, and this will carry 3 marks. At the end of the session, that is in the month of December or maybe January, February, whenever your session ends, maybe this year it will be a bit late. We don't know exactly that what CBSE is going to decide, but at the end of the session, one project will be given, and that project will be of 8 marks. That different concepts, whatever you have learned in Python, on the basis of that, one project work will be given, and that will carry 8 marks. It means total it will be of 30 marks. So this is the thing you have to keep in mind. And for your practical, you have to prepare one interleaved copy the way you prepare a copy for your physics or your chemistry. The same way you will be preparing one practical copy for computer science. So this is all about the syllabus. Now we will see that how to download Python. So we will see here that how to download Python, and for downloading Python, simply open your Google, and in Google you type Python, and you will get the details here, that is welcome to Python org. So this is the site from where you can directly download Python. So downloading you can do using this tab. So simply type Python, and there you will find a tab that is download. You can open it in a new tab here. So I'm opening a new tab, and this is where you will get Python, and here Python 3.8.3 is there, and from here you can directly download Python. So just you have to click the download button, and you can see here that Python started downloading here. So as I have already downloaded, so no need of downloading, as therefore I am cancelling this out. Just I will show you that how it looks like in your computer. Now after downloading Python, you can see in the screen that Python is available here. This is Python 3.8 that I have already downloaded here. Now it has got, if you click on this part, then you will get Python IDE 64-bit. My computer is of 64-bit. If your computer is of 32-bit, then you have to download Python of 32-bit there. So if you click this particular part, then you will find that one interface, that is, this is the interface that is getting opened. Now I'm increasing the size of this one a bit. You can see that this is the interface, and this is where you can type your Python codes, or you can say this is Python shell. So I'm showing you there is one statement, print in Python, and using this you can type anything within double quotation. Say I am typing here hello, and then closing this particular part and running it, and you can see that hello is displayed on screen. So if you write print hello, then hello will be displayed. So many things are there, you can check directly here. So this is the cell where you can execute a single line command, and this is the area. From this particular part you can see that some of the menu items are given. From the file menu, you click the file, the new file, and you will find an area where you can type your codes. So if you type your code, say print, whatever I have written there, print, and then if I write hello, and if I close it and say in the second line again I am writing print Hemshila School, then you can see here that what is displayed. So I am saving this one. Save this one. While you are saving, you have to give one name. First .py. If you want to save it with Py, Python will automatically save it in Python format. So first.py, as you can see here, that first.py is the name of the program. And then you can, if you want to make any change, then you can make change, or you can run the program directly. So run module. Now you can see that the output is generated on the screen. This is the output that is shown on the screen. So this is how actually you can execute Python. You can write different codes. So two different parts are there. One is the script or cell part. So you can write the cell here directly. In the cell you can write a single command at a time, and then you can also write it in file. So you can write it in a file, that is a new program you can write. So these are the different environments available for Python. Now there is one more way through which you can execute Python. That is, you can download Anaconda 3 64-bit. If your computer is of 64-bit, then download 64-bit, or you can download 32-bit. As per your requirement you can download, and from here you can click on Spider Anaconda. This is Spider Anaconda. It takes bit of time for loading, so it will load first, and then only we can see the environment, that is the interactive environment that is present there. So it has started initializing itself, and a lot of things you will find there. So two different types of environments you will be you can see there in this particular part. So this is actually the interactive environment. So I have written some of the codes. I'm closing this part for the time being. Now you can see that two different things are there. I'm increasing the size of the screen a bit. So I have created it on May 17th, and this is the time, author, and everything is given here. Then this is the area where you can run your cell or the codes, whatever was there. Like print, if I write say 5 plus 6, then what output is generated? Let us see. Now you can see the output on the screen. This is the output that is generated on the screen. In the second line, if you write print, and then if you write here say Hemshila, and if you run it, then this is the output that is generated on the screen. And the same thing you can do there as well. In this particular part you can do the same thing. Say I want to print say 5 plus 6, 5 plus 9 we want to print. So I'm increasing this side screen a bit so that you can see properly. So this is the output generated. And the second one is I want to print say Durgapur. So if you type it like this, then after typing, what you have to do, you have to save the file with a particular name. So I'm saving it with a name. Say the name is FST. Okay, so this is the name. Now you can run this. So after execution, what will be the output? You can see the output. 9 plus 5 is 14, so 14 will be displayed on screen, and another one Durgapur will be displayed on screen. So I'm clearing the screen so that you can see the output on clear screen. So now you can run it using two different ways. Run is directly available in the menu part. If you click this particular part, then you can execute it directly, or run button is available in this part. You can run directly from this part. So you can do anything for running. Either you go to this particular part, or you click on this particular button, so the codes will be executed. So let us click this particular thing, and you can see that the output is generated on screen. This is 14 is the output. This is generated through this particular line, and Durgapur is the output. This is generated through this particular line. So far you have understood that what is the meaning of print statement. Print statement actually displays certain things on screen. So this is actually the script part, and this is the cell part from where you can directly run different types of commands. So I hope that you have understood this particular part. You download it first and start using Python. So I recommend Spider Python 3.7 or 8, whatever version, latest version is available. You download it first in your computer and start writing some of the codes. In my next class I will be showing you that what are the different things available here.